guys, it's Sunday. This weekend is this event in town called Fort Verde Days, and it starts on Saturday with a parade and then has all these different events going on. Do they have like a classic car show? I saw a bunch of them in town. Anyway, so John was working yesterday, so we didn't do any of that stuff, but last year there was a quilt show, and there is again this year, and John really wants to go see the quilt show. They're pretty amazing quilts, and it's kind of a contest, so you get boy, this truck is so bouncy.
Stiff suspension.
Yeah. Anyway, they give you some little thing, some way to be able to vote, and then somebody wins. The unfortunate thing is, if you find a quilt that you really, really like, because I think we did last year, didn't we? They're not for sale. So, but they did have some crafters that had little booths around the room, and we did buy some quilted placemats, Christmas placemats last year. So we're headed over to do that right now. So it should be fun. Oh, I wanted to say that last night we went over to some friend's house. They invited us over. They had kind of a family gathering, and had a fire outside and roasted marshmallows and made s'mores and stuff like that. And so that was kind of a fun evening. Of course, my hair just reeked of smoke when we got home. We stripped off our clothes as soon as we got in the house and put them in the washing machine, and then I sprayed Febreze in my hair, so it still smells a little smoky, but you know, it'll come out when I wash my hair tomorrow. Hey you guys, we just came out, and it wasn't a quilt show, it was a craft show. So I don't know, John said he recalls seeing something about a quilt show. Maybe it wasn't this weekend. So we were in there for like 15 minutes. Oh well.
Where do you stick from?
Oh yeah, you got up. That was the first time going on.
Get out here, you guys. I'm so excited about this. I always put these fall colored flowers in my flower boxes at this time of year, but in Flagstaff the flowers in my flower box would already be dead. So I hadn't put these in here. They're fake flowers. I hadn't put them in there because I still have some petunias and alyssum growing, but then I thought, you know what? Why don't I just mix them in? So even though I have these purple petunias and some red petunias and white petunias, and you can see the alyssum over here, I just went ahead and stuck in all of those fake flowers, and it just looks really nice. I think that the colors look fine together, and it just looks nice and, you know, just bushy with flowers. And then I hung up these things I would normally put around my door, but I just hung them here, and I think it just looks really pretty. And then of course I've got my fall wreath. Look at that. That's an artichoke plant. Here's another one. It's smaller, but man, look at that sucker. Anyway, yeah, so I'm really happy with how this looks, and I just walked out here this morning to go on a walk and happened to notice just how pretty it all looks with the sun shining on it. So I was going to tell you guys that after, in Denver, I ended up hurting my foot, the bottom of my foot. I haven't worn heels for for probably 4 months, right? All summer long I was wearing flip-flops and tennis shoes, and so wasn't used to that. And then I go to this conference and I wore heels for 3 days straight. Not a wise idea. So on the last day, thankfully it wasn't until the day we were heading home and I was wearing flats anyway, the bottom of my foot just started screaming at me. And I got home, and the base of my toes are swollen, and the ball of my foot is swollen. I thought, what in the heck, did I give myself a stress fracture? So I looked it up. It's called high heel hangover. I'm not one who usually wears heels, so this is kind of a new thing for me, and it's just from putting too much pressure on your foot in a position that it's not supposed to be. And so if you haven't worn heels for a while, don't go 3 days wearing high heels. It's not a good idea. It's getting much better, and actually walking does not make it worse. It actually makes it feel better almost. I think it's because the compression of the tennis shoe. Okay, I want you guys to listen. You hear that? It's a turkey. I'm not filming in that direction just because I think the people who own the house, this is kind of one of those places where people like their privacy, and if they saw you filming, they'd probably get out a shotgun. But anyway, on this walk today, I've been hearing turkeys all over the place. Well, it is October, and so, you know, people are getting ready for Thanksgiving. Poor birds. I'm doing a Bible study that's about the Proverbs 31 woman. Let me show you. Anyway, it's at BibleJournalLove.com if you're interested. It's like $22. I found a discount thing for it. But anyway, so you do this Bible study, and it's quite a long Bible study. There's like 16 different sessions, different lessons in it. And then there are printables that you can print on sticker paper, so you can make like a little scrapbook page to document each one you do. So this is my first one, and it was just a lesson on who I am in Christ. And then there were different Bible verses to look up, and you picked out your favorite and then make this little page. So each day there's a little lesson, and then based on what you learn, you create some kind of pretty little visual display, which I think is kind of fun. My kitchen. I'll take it and ready to go. That's the primer. So no more black scent. Okay, apparently he has done part of the texture stuff on it. I'm not sure if all the different colors or if he goes color by color. He's standing outside talking to John right now, because I'm sure he has to let it dry in between that. And it's super fumey inside the house, but let me go ahead and show you what we have. So. Fan blowing up. Okay, here it is, you guys. You have to look past the blue painter's tape that's on there to remind us not to touch it. But there is the sink. Look at how pretty it is. So nice. So now tomorrow John will be able to caulk the edges, and then the day after that, Thursday, he'll be able to put the drain things back in and the garbage disposal, and we can start using it gently. And then so like for the next week, we're not supposed to put big pans in it and stuff like that, because just the more it can set, the longer it can set, the harder it will be. And it looks, what I'm seeing through the camera, it looks kind of yellow, and it's not yellow. It's actually a real creamy tan kind of a color. Yay, so excited. Now you guys, it is 5:15 in the morning on Friday. I'm laying on this hard floor in my living room. Got my computer in front of me, looking up stuff about what you're supposed to do when you throw your back out. I've never done anything like this before, and I didn't even do anything yesterday to cause it, you know? I mean, I got out of bed and my back was a little tight, but no big deal. And within just a couple of hours, it was just awful. Here, let's move this. Yeah, so anyway, I took it easy yesterday, but it just got worse as the day went on. And I know it's stress related. I mean, all this stuff is, right? I've been this super healthy person. I was getting ready to get up and meet a friend to walk 6 miles this morning. That's not happening. I was also supposed to go to Flagstaff for a variety of reasons, and I'm not doing that. But I don't know. I woke up a couple times in the night. John got me some naproxen in the middle of the night, and then at about, I don't know, 4:30, I guess,
I just woke up and I was trying to sit up and John woke up because I was just sitting there in bed crying. I feel better now that I am laying on a hard floor. And I'm looking up, like I said, looking up stuff about back pain. I just did some stretches that actually felt pretty good. And I put a lidocaine patch on my back. John picked up some stuff for me on his way home from work yesterday. So they have these patches, Salonpas. I've heard of them before, but I didn't really pay attention to what they were for. And you stick them onto your whatever area is bothering you, and it just basically dulls the nerve endings, you know, so it's not like taking care of deep pain, but it can help to kind of relieve some of the pain. And then I slept with one of those, you know, those thermal care things you wrap around. I wrapped it around my back, and it actually keeps, it's really hot, like keeps it very hot all night. So I guess that was good. Oh gosh, though, I've never had anything with a back before, so I'm telling you what, you know, the emotional part of going through stuff with a dying family member is one thing, but I've learned that I stuff a lot of stuff. And because I've taken on so many physical things as a result of all this, you know? Oh my gosh. Who would ever have thought, you know? I could imagine being sad during a time like this, but not having physical things happen, yeah. Anyway, hope you guys don't think I'm just a big crybaby, but dang, this is not fun.
Hey guys, I thought I would show you this. This is actually half of a loofah squash. Look how big it is. My hand, that's half. So you know a loofah that you actually use in the shower to scrub your skin. Well, it actually comes from a squash plant. This is some discoloration on there. What happens is you take this, you can let it dry completely on the plant, and I have several on the plant that are drying, but I pulled a few of them because I wanted to get the other ones to grow faster. So this has been sitting out in the sun. It's still quite wet though. I can feel it's kind of feels like almost like a creamy lotion sort of a thing. That will eventually be out of it, and when I rinse it, all this stuff right here will come off of it too. It's just part of the squash material. You can harvest a loofah when it's small, and it won't have this hard skeleton kind of a thing in it. You can actually eat it. I never have. But anyway, I peeled off the skin. It comes off fairly easily. It comes off even easier when it's completely dry. And then here you can see there are seeds in there. So I'm going to set this outside to dry more before I start trying to get the seeds out. It'll just be a lot easier to do. Then I used, well, let me get another one that I've already done. Okay, I had to switch cameras. My other one, the battery died. Anyway, this is one that I already took care of, and you can see it looks more like a loofah now that it's dried out. But anyway, yeah, I got most of the seeds out of there. So this can just be used as a loofah sponge, but what my husband's going to do actually is we're going to slice these into pieces and then put it into a soap. So basically this little piece will go into like a cup, and then we pour in the melted soap, and then when it hardens, it's a bar of soap that has the loofah sponge on it or inside it. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of how this goes, and that's what I'm working on. This is dinner tonight. It is out of the Oh She Glows Everyday Cookbook by Angela Liddon. I've had this before. John and I have had this before, and I know that. I remember it because I usually put a star next to recipes that I've tried and I really like, and then sometimes I'll put a star and then any adaptations that I made to the recipe. So this has, well, it calls for sorghum. I don't have any sorghum, so I used Israeli couscous. It has hemp hearts, green onions, tomatoes, and then in a food processor I chopped up garlic, parsley, and mint. And then now I'm going to make up a dressing. And the dressing has some lemon zest, some fresh lemon juice, olive oil, red wine vinegar, and a little bit of pure maple syrup. And just kind of mix that all together. And because of the citrus and the maple syrup together, it's not too acidic, it's not too sweet, but it's really tasty. Hi guys, it's Tuesday, and yes, I'm out for a walk. My back is feeling way better than it was. Still hurts a little, but man, I couldn't believe I've never thrown my back out before. So, just goes to show you what stress can do to the body. But I figured I would get out for a walk today. You know, it doesn't require me to twist my back or anything, so I think it should be good. And my foot is better, so that's good too. Tomorrow, my neighbor and I are going to walk 6 miles. We were supposed to do that last week on, was it Saturday or Friday? Friday, and that's the day that my back was really hurting me. Thursday is when I threw it out. But yeah, so we're gonna do 6 miles today, and we still have enough time to make up our miles before that 15K that we're doing in December. So we do have time for that, but I don't know how far I'm gonna go today. Hopefully 3 miles. I think that would be good. But if my back starts to bother me, then, you know, I don't want to push it. But we're walking 6 tomorrow. We really need to walk 6 tomorrow. So to do 3 today will be a good confirmation to me that I can more than likely do 6 without any problem. It's chilly. It's about 48 degrees. I'm not wearing a jacket because usually I end up getting hot after about a mile, and so just in short sleeves. Kind of feels good actually. But yeah, that's it for now.